Hey Tribe, Brad here from Primal Holistic Health and Primal 6, and today's video is a deeper look into the before and after results of a client that I have online who uses the Primal 6 philosophies and teachings from my Primal 6 app, which you can learn more about here at this website, primal6.app. And has also been an online client of mine, seeing me fortnightly for the last 5 months. He's a long-time friend of mine from Sydney. He's also a health professional as an applied kinesiologist, really good at what he does. But we all have our strengths and weaknesses. And when it comes to working with the physical body, and nutrition and lifestyle, and improving posture and doing things like that with the skill sets that I have for this part of what I do as a holistic health coach, he reached out to me needing some help. And as you'll see visually from what you can see there already and what I'm about to explain, his results are pretty impressive. They're pretty awesome. Still got a way to go. Still got some, there's still new tricks to teach this old dog. As you can see by his grey hair, he's definitely a mature aged man. And he's proud of it, and he's doing very, very well for himself. And but he gave me permission to be able to go through and share this and help inspire some other people like yourself to be able to know that it is possible to teach an old dog new tricks. And it's never too late to be able to start focusing on your health and improving it, and then some. So, he's been using technology to do this with me on Zoom, plus using an app. So there is hope for us all yet, isn't there? So let's get into it. What we've got here is that with David, he first came to me, and I'll summarize it. He rated on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 means like extreme amounts of pain and aggravation with regards to his body. His right shoulder in particular, he was rating that as a 4 to 5 out of 10. So quite, it's high enough. 40 to 50% of the time he's feeling pain. That was in February of 2023. Now he looks at it as being a 1, like it's significantly reduced. His right elbow in particular was a 7. So that was the highest that he rated any part of his body. Now he rates that as a 0 to 1. I didn't even do anything with his elbow either, but I did, but not directly. His feet in particular, his right side was aching at night. Okay, and he used to rate that as a 4, and now he is a 0 to 1. So I'm just looking down here at the right ankle. And then his lower back was a 3.5, and now that is a 1. So it's had some pretty significant reduction in pain, which is awesome. But let's have a little bit of a closer look here into what we're looking at. So a lot of the stuff that, I'll just go to here, a lot of the stuff from Primal 6, if you were to scroll down and to have a look here at the Pri-Mate monthly subscription section, I'm going to be referring to a lot of the information and principles that he's been learning from these 3 programs in particular here. Not the Primal Cleanse, but Primal Mobility, Primal 636 Training, and Primal Recipes, which when you actually open up the app, it's going to look something like this. This is on desktop, obviously, but these are the different programs. And if I was to enter into Primal Mobility here, you'll see that there's a section that goes through where there's a flexibility test at the beginning, 20 different stretches, 12 different mobilizations, and it's a self-taught and motivated program for you to be able to go through and create all of this balance like I'm going to be showing you that David has done now. So just running a little bit slow because Zoom is on, but I'll just go back to here where I'm going to go back to the photo. So this is what we see with David. He's had a pretty awesome change. So if we start here over on the right hand side and go to the left, this is here, these top photos are here in February of 2023. These ones here are of today in July. This white line, I start at the bottom of the floor and I get it to go from the anterior part or the front part here of this bone, the malleoli, go straight up, and I want it to go through the middle of his knee, the middle of his hips, middle of his shoulder, and his ear. So as you can see with a few of those spots, they're not where they should be, especially the knee. The shoulder could be forward a little bit more, the ears could be definitely back there. So for considering, and it's the same on this side here, and in particular, this left shoulder is behind the line, and this right shoulder is pretty much right on it. So that's actually showing me, and also you'll see here, the left elbow, the line's going through the left elbow, but it's off the right. So this is actually showing me that he's got a little bit of a twist going on from right to left. He does do a lot of gardening. He's, the big part of his physical change that you can see down here, he's lost a lot of body fat, is that he's been growing his own organic food at home. He's been eating way better quality food. There's a lot of stuff that you can learn here. He didn't use this in particular, but if you are wanting to learn a lot more about growing your own organic food, you could go to Tribal News. And if you go down to here, where it says grow your own food, there's a few videos that I've made here with my mate who is an organic farmer here in Noosa in Queensland. It's a 4-part series, and then he has a 12-week course, which is unbelievable. The stuff I've learned from him has just been mind-blowing, and you'll be able to see a before and after of my own personal garden. Anyhow, I'm diverting from what we're focusing on here. He's lost a lot of body fat, but he's got a bit of a twist going on. So he spends a lot of time shoveling, and he's aware now of that from a postural perspective as to how that's probably created the twist, always, shoveling the same way, same arm, same twist, all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, if we look down here now, the lines go through his ears on both sides, which is great. He's way more aware of his posture. Now, whilst I would like these lines to go through the middle of his shoulders, they are actually both in the same spot there now. Still got some improvement to do with his posture, but there's the twist isn't there like it used to be. The line is going through more sort of closer to the front of his elbows here now on both sides. So even though there's things that still need to be changed and improved upon, or it can be, he's definitely got a lot more symmetry now between left and right sides, which is great. And as much as this might not look perfect to someone that knows what they're looking for with this sort of stuff, what really matters the most is his pain levels, and his subjective rating of his pain levels has gone down significantly, which is great. What else was I going to say? So yeah, bent knees like this, where the knees are forward of the lines, are very indicative of, super tight hamstrings, potentially groin muscles of all the adductor magnus. But in this particular instance, he's pretty tight through there. But posture has definitely changed to the better. He's feeling way better. His pain levels are down. He's lost a shite load of body fat, and he's feeling a lot better. Now, when we go to these ones over here, some interesting things to pick up here. With his front and back shots, his anterior and posterior photos, you'll see here that the line here, when it starts in the middle of the body on both sides, should go up through the middle of the belly button and or the middle of the spine. So in particular with this one, you can see this is going through his left eye. It should be going through the middle of the nose. Okay, there's a few other things that I look for here with regards to the height of the shoulders, how many knuckles I can see on both sides. So like his right shoulder in particular, which is where he's been getting his pain, I can see all of his knuckles. And this here is indicative usually of muscles in the shoulder that are way hyperactive and over tight, that internally rotate the shoulder and put that hand into that position. When we look at the one over here, though, you can also see this is going way off his spine and off over towards his left eye again, or closer to his left ear. So he's putting way more weight over onto his right-hand side. And I mentioned before how he gets a lot more aching in his right foot, especially at night. Well, it's because he's putting way more weight onto his right-hand side on a day-to-day basis. He's sort of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa to the right. When we look down here, though, some big changes that I notice are I can see a lot more of a gap in between his arms and his torso now. Same again, a good indication that he's lost body fat. And the line here, especially with his posterior back view, is going way closer to the middle of his spine now and the middle of his head. So he's definitely putting way less weight on his right-hand side now, which is good. It's a bit of an anomaly, though. With this photo, it looks like he's still exactly the same as what he was up the top. So I think he's still sort of transferring between when he's at rest, because I get everyone like him in this particular instance to close their eyes, breathe in and breathe out, and then we take the photo when they're in a rested state. So I think he's still sort of transitioning to find that happy place between how much weight he puts between left and right. But that's a good indication that there is pretty awesome change. And then same thing again, you can see there's a few more striations in his stomach here in comparison to where he looks a lot more bloated and a lot more body fat going on up there. But look, I'll stop the video here. I just wanted to be able to give you an indication that regardless of what your age is, you can still make some pretty radical changes to your body if you're open to being able to be consistent with stretching hyperactive muscles, strengthening weaker, longer muscles that are pulling your, or basically not allowing your joint to be in a better element of balance in comparison to the muscles that are tighter on the other side of the body. And that you can teach an old dog new tricks, and you can use technology to be able to get the information that can help you to create better versions of yourself. So if you would like to know more about how you could work with someone like myself personally, or you're wanting to at least start from a perspective where you're happy using technology and using a desktop computer or an app to be able to access these sorts of programs that I was just showing you here that can help take you to this next step in improving your body, then either comment below on this video, or go to primal6.app and reach me through there on email. But either way, reach out if you're needing some help. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks for watching.